Right, you may have noticed we've moved to a new colour. As my script tells me, we're now talking about the community, which is probably the pillar that we all put the most time and effort into. If we have the education right and we have the business support, understanding and getting the community behind what we do is so key. So I'm delighted to introduce on stage Chris Hillman, Head of Empowerment for the Minstead Trust, and Steff Jones along with Dave. And I still have a lost mobile phone.
So, Chris, Yvonne mentioned Head of Empowerment there, but you've done a sort of a rebrand of the programme within Minstead Trust this year. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what Empowering Employment is?
Yeah, really excited to. So Minstead Trust rebranded for the first time in 34 years and separated out our social enterprises and empowering employment to allow us to create better business relationships with our community, because obviously it's always good to show respect as a charity to the great business support that we receive from people like yourselves and businesses like yourselves. So creating empowering employment has allowed us to have a real business-to-business connection with you. And on that note, many of you probably saw that Minstead Trust in our head office suffered a serious break-in and robbery in October. And I'd just like to say thank you to all of the business community in Portsmouth and beyond. Thank you for your help for getting us back on our feet, getting us back operating, and getting the people we support back out doing what they love. So thank you very much from all of our community to yours.
Thanks. Thanks, Chris. And it's a clear demonstration of just how empowered we are to make a real difference. Now, this is going to be a really easy subject to talk about on the back of the amazing Shaped by Solent programme, isn't it? Absolutely. Because we're selling something that people have already seen a video about. But our Choose Employability programme, which has a number of different cohorts in it now, is really, really important. And Chris, why is it important that we create opportunities for those people who are perhaps a little bit marginalised when it comes to getting into employment?
Yeah, so the Choose Employability programme is about allowing your business to recruit the talent of the future. It's allowing you to diversify your workforce and learn from their lived experience. Equally, it's allowing you to channel the passions of the staff that you already have. Choose Employability covers, a range of areas. We have our work with homelessness, we have our work with care leavers, we have our work with the probation service, we have our work with Send Employability. Areas of the community that have impacted you, your families, your staff's families, the reasons behind your business, the reasons why your business operate, allowing you to encourage that workforce to join your team and develop the passions within your current staff team for supporting these really incredible people.
Brilliant, brilliant. So people are aware, the cohorts that we've got within Choose Employability. So the first and obvious one is our Send cohort, and those supported internships, apprenticeships and job opportunities. Our next cohort is homeless, and we work with the Society of St James's on trying to create those opportunities. And that's a bit of a chicken and an egg one. You can't get a job if you haven't got a home. You can't get a home if you haven't got a job. How does someone break that cycle to create those opportunities? We've then got our probation ending cohort, and that's people that just, have done something stupid perhaps and just need a chance. And great support we've got from the probation service with that. And then the final one being our care leavers. And the care leavers are quite an interesting one because people might not always understand the impact on, if you've got a family support network around you and you need to go somewhere, you can ask a family member to look after the kids or feed the cat or do whatever you need or help you prep for an interview. Care leavers don't have that support network. They have no one. So this is a really, really important programme. Do you want to just sort of give us an overview, Chris, of what it looks like in terms of supported internships? Great example on the screen with Richard from ComServe.
Yeah, and I think in the spirit of what conference has been about today, about transforming Portsmouth and saying saying thank you. As I think about 2 years ago, I sat on a chair about here and said, we want to do this program. It's a really good idea. Can somebody get involved? And then I think the next year I sat in the chair and said, we'd really like to do this program. Can somebody, get involved? There's no chair because you got involved, and that's the best thing. There's 18 placements have gone out from our program alongside the other programs run by the education providers in the city. And these young people go into employment. Every time you hire a member of your team and you grow your team, you take a personal risk to yourself and to your business. Everybody knows that the challenges somebody can face going into a job can be real. The supported internship gives you an opportunity to trial trial an individual for the work, see whether it's right for you, see whether it's right for them, see where their skills match up. And that, as an aspiring business and a growing business, and we're talking about Portsmouth Business Support Service this morning and small businesses that want to grow, sometimes you don't know whether you're ready to take that leap, and programs like this are a great way to see whether it's right for you and whether it's right for the people we support.
And what's important is that we are not throwing someone at you as a business that you might struggle to understand how to meet the needs of, to support in your business, but there's support along the way, isn't there, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely, and for that, is our offer. We're delighted at Minstead Trust to join Shaping Portsmouth as a fully fledged member, and say that any organisation that's in the room that would like to try this, between now and the end of the financial year, I promise I will meet with you personally to talk about this, to go through your inclusive hiring strategy, to get you involved in programs like Choose Employability. So please do come and find me. We'll sit down, we'll have a coffee. We run a coffee shop, that's a plug over the road. And then we'll come and talk about it and see how we can help you.
And it's the same across all of the other programs. With the homelessness, we've got the great people of Society at St James, the probation ending, the probation service, really engaged with us. The Care Leavers Academy at Portsmouth City Council do a phenomenal job, absolutely great people. So all of these cohorts, there is no risk to you and your businesses to just give someone an opportunity. So our plea, isn't it, Chris, is just, keep coming through, keep offering us the opportunities, and we will find you the people to fill them.
Absolutely. They are the workforce of the future. They are the customers of the future too. So however we can do to support you.
So Steff, Portsmouth Ambassadors. Portsmouth Ambassadors have crept into things a couple of times today already. Wonderful cohort of people. Two great programme leads in terms of Andrew Starr and Terence Cavallio, who are in the room somewhere, because I've seen them both today. But we want to do a bit more with this programme, don't we, to get it ready, let's call it centenary ready.
Yeah, so obviously there's a big year for Portsmouth next year. So what we're really looking at doing is turning this into a coordinated effort to get a really good volunteer programme going for all the celebrations that will be going on. Obviously the cruise part of this programme is well documented how well that's going. Thank you, Vanessa. But yeah, it's kind of work in progress with the rest of it. So we're partnering with a Hive, and we're going to produce a volunteer passport so that there's more of a coordinated effort across the city. And we're also looking at specialising training with the help of the Hive as well, bringing up looking at what skills we need for certain volunteers and bringing cohorts through training programmes. Yeah,
so we've got a number of different cohorts. We've got our regular Portsmouth ambassadors that have done the original training. We've got our cruise passenger ambassadors that have had that extra bit of training so they can work in the port. We now want to look at what youth ambassadors might look like, yep. And also how we leverage the support of some of our brilliant, already skilled historians and the hospitality trade, the professionals that are ambassadors for the city in everything they do. So a lot of work coming around that. We're just rehashing the training with the support of the wonderful team at Millstream, who are creating a little film with us jointly with Solent Sky Services, both great partners. So thank you to them. I think since COVID, the whole world has loved a 3-word slogan. You know, we're themed today on Transforming Portsmouth Together. Portsmouth Ambassadors is about passionate Portsmouth people. It's dead simple,
Three
promoting
Ps.
our own city. So, yeah, watch for that one this year. That's going to be a big one. And then finally, Armed Forces community. This just goes from strength to strength. I've got to get a big shout out to Kate Mizzen, Andy Moss, our fabulous programme leads who we recruited just after the conference last year, have transformed this programme from Armed Forces Covenant to being a much bigger and a much more important programme that recognises the impact, A, that the whole Armed Forces community has on the city, and B, the impact that we can actually have on them in supporting them with those disadvantages that they face just because of the service that they give or the people in their families. Our Covenant numbers are up quite significantly. I watched a video back a little while ago of Steff doing the conference a few years ago and did think to myself, blimey, the number when I checked it the other day is double what Steff did. We're around about 200 Covenant signatories in the area now. If your business wants to sign the Covenant and didn't get roped into doing it during the networking break, you know, there are plenty of opportunities. We're out there doing it. If you've already signed it, talk to us because the team will help you move up the ERS bronze, silver, gold level. We'd really like to encourage businesses. This is not about signing a covenant and putting a logo on your website. This is about signing the covenant and actually doing something tangible to make a difference for the veterans that you're supporting through that signatory.